wish this ramble was in October, the officially designated spooky month for the current status quo setters, because that would be thematic. Instead, it will probably go in the middle of November or start of December at best. On the other hand, are vampires even scary anymore? The overall presentation of the vampire has been so casualized these days that if vampires were actually a real thing, I doubt people would even care that much about it, not when there's about 6,000 step-by-step manuals from various media on how to kill or shag the bloody things. There goes Steve, the resident vampire. He's a cool dude, only he likes to gorge on the blood of the innocent from time to time. Look at him suck the blood of that woman. You go get her, Steve! So, Call of the Night is a 13-episode urban fantasy anime created by Leiden Films that pretty much falls into the same subcategory of anime Bakemonogatari and their ilk goes into, a serious attempt at an urban fantasy anime in a quote-unquote modern Japanese city. It tells us the unique and never-before-told story of a romance between a regular boy and a little gremlin cosplaying as a vampire girl, an archetype that is apparently all the rage these days. Koyamori is a 14-year-old boy who may or may not be a romantic, you know, the people who get the stiff willy part of attraction but not understand the love part of it, who was a goody two-shoes that was mildly popular in school and got good grades, but one day he just got tired of this all and decided to just start walking the night city instead. There he finds a vampire named Nazuna Nanakusa that first invites him for a massage, then drinks his blood, finds it very tasty, then after having a near-death experience, he decides that he wants to be a vampire. As far as premise goes, this is far from the worst one, yes. And thus starts the wacky night adventures of Ko trying to grasp at the strange concept of love in order to get himself turned, because the reason why there's so many vampire media these days is because the fuckers keep reinventing the rules for the damn things all the fucking time. In this one, to become a vampire, you have to love the vampire that'll turn you, which is an interesting idea, I'll give them that. Definitely wasn't created for the story to have an underlying reason for these two individuals to interact with each other beyond their weird little encounter. But I digress. This is actually a very good little romance story. Concise, slow burning, and the character interaction is fairly well made. In about the first 3 episodes, you can not only clearly tell the characters in the show, but you can also see the reason why they tolerate each other. It's easy to root for them, the show itself knows when to put a joke, and most importantly, doesn't turn into a harem anime mid-through, although I can't see how some people would come to that conclusion as well. The graphics are the weakest part of this whole show. They've chosen the 80s, 90s anime route of making the visuals of the Night City to be beautiful, as well as making some really clever things with the scenes, while sacrificing animation quality, so people who expect from this anime the graphical quality of something like Demon Slayer will come out of it heavily disappointed. The music is actually pretty good, fitting to the scenes and the characters, and most importantly, memorable, even if they've slightly copped out and had bits of the anime turned into a music video. I guess the biggest and most notable thing about this anime is that the whole setting and the characters feel, animated, alive. It's entertaining to watch their adventures, to put it bluntly, and it's a good thing, really, so if you like somewhat cheesy romance animes, I can definitely recommend this show. However, if you don't like them, then there's nothing really to it outside of a decent soundtrack, because boiled down, the anime isn't really that special. The jokes, especially from Nazun, are mostly of a sexual nature and may be considered crass by some people. I've tolerated them purely because I myself ain't a stranger to a dick joke or two, and 14-year-olds generally like that sort of humor as well. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Ko and pretty much all the other characters outside of the vampires are 14-plus-year-old teenagers, while other characters are older. Combining this with the romantic/sexual nature of the show means that this show will probably get the usual cavalcade of joyless twats who will cry and whinge about sexualization of minors and all that other tiring nonsense, but that topic is best left to the eventual time I have to watch Boku no Pico. So yes, fun romantic anime about vampires, the most sexualized mythological beings outside of succubi. Fun for all the family, I'd say.